Hey, this is Julian Sanchez. This is my week 3 demo video for the final submission of my adversarial platform for AgentForge. So for this week, this is the dashboard that I built, and yeah, I'm excited to show it. So the first thing I'm going to show off is the overview page. This just shows, the overview of the other tabs that I implemented. Now, the first one is the reports tab. So every single confirmed vulnerability here becomes an actual structured report, and these are actually auto-written by one of the 4 agents, which is the document agent, which is a Claude Sonnet 4.5 instance. Um, and here I can click on one of these. Here we go. I'll go on one of the high severity ones. So each report pretty much looks the same. It explains the severity, what the clinical impact is, and then it has the exact reproduction step so that the developer is able to then copy and paste it, as you can see here. So this is also including what the system has done versus what it actually did. So like what it should have done versus what it actually did. And then it has the recommendation. Um, excuse me. And the last thing that I added is actually the new part. So every night the platform regrades the 5 random old findings with today's judge model. So the judge model goes back and verifies what it had already said. Okay. And the other thing I wanted to mention was that you can't see it here, but if the badge changes, so the verdict changes, then the badge is going to show it. And this tells me whether the judge is basically like drifting over time and being biased, which is a failure that I had previously experienced. Now, the other thing I want to show you was the campaign. So here we're able to actually go ahead and launch specific campaigns. There's the auto, which I don't normally use. I usually just select. So for the sake of the example, just select a prompt injection. We'll launch it. And then as you can see, it's already running and it was launched by me. So it says human. This is the budget and the spend and the amount of attacks. So the orchestrator is, looking at coverage, which it's trying to figure out the attack categories, which ones haven't been tested and which ones are drifting recently, as well as which ones are the weakest. And here I can also implemented another feature because or when I had first implemented it, it said running and it didn't say live. And sometimes I would sit for up to 10 minutes without anything happening, and I wasn't sure if something was broken in the back end. So now I have live activity. So as it updates, I'm given live information, and then the attacks in the campaign will update as well. As you can see, they're already updating. And then the information is pending for now, but it'll update as it goes, so we can come back to that. Or I can click on an older one that I ran. So there's that, and these are the attacks in the campaign. Um, And now what I wanted to explain was for the red agent team, I had to use a Hermes 3 model, the 405 billion parameter one. I used it through OpenRouter because Claude refuses to authorize the offensive work. So in order to attack like the older, the week 1, week 2 Copilot, I had to use that. And from there, I have 2 judges separately grading the responses. The models are Sonnet 4.5 and DeepSeek 3.1. And they were trained by different organizations on different data. So when they agree, then it's high confidence. And when they disagree, then the verdict is then sent to the human for approval, which is where what happens here, where we're given context, then it can either be approved or rejected. Approve that one, reject that one. Um, and here, let me go into the attacks. So now from here, every attack the platform has ever run is going to be included here. And the interesting button is the rerun. So I'm actually able to rerun attacks from inside of these if I so want to. So I can press rerun. This is something that I added later. Um, and if the response is identical, then I'll see like an equals badge. But if it changed, then it, will be a different badge. So that's my fixed verification tool. So basically, after a developer patches a vulnerability, this confirms that the patch actually is held. So I'll click onto a random one. It gives you the attack payload, the target response, and then the primary judge says that. And then there was no cross check because it wasn't needed on this one. Um, Now I can show the coverage. So here there's six categories. Prompt injection, you whatever, we see the categories, and each of these cells runs and it passes, fails, and has, the open findings, and I've color coded them by the actual pass rate. So here the orchestrator reads the view to actually pick the next campaign. And this is basically because the coverage isn't just a display, it's actually acting as behavior. And so the launch button that I showed earlier is fetching the data and then picking the gap. And then that's the difference between the actual dashboard just showing coverage, and then one that actually is, steering the platform, not only just showing something. And then also the cost dashboard. So this is, I mean, self-explanatory. It's just the costs. Um, and yeah, so this is running on four different agents. And the agent that attacks is not, it can't be the one that grades. And yeah, thank you so much.